Hey friends, let's do this last session. Yeah, I just had a little bit of a break between episode 3 and 4. Now, I'm actually getting a bit sleepy. But, let's wrap this up and finish it. Alright, let's go. Whoop. There we go. Let's hope
that's
this...
enough of that for now.
Ooh. Cool, I like it. Subverting my expectations.
You're quite fond of this show, aren't you?
I like this setting a lot more than the last two, even. Looks like a
Okay,
normal.
come on. Let's get you down to the observation room.
Oh, I thought it was a more like a house or something. Must be a... Oh, I'm in a wheelchair. Where we going? Well, the
This place
observation.
must be starting to feel like home to you. Don't worry. Try and get you out of here eventually.
Cool.
Just in here. Okay, are we through in the next room? Just relax and we'll get started in a moment.
What's going on?
Right, Mr. Asian, now are you ready?
Oh,
Just hit record on the tape deck in front of you when you're ready.
Born ready.
This is subject 12-19-86-23, new session entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander, leading, and in a room we have our patient, Mr. James Asian. As we know, James has recently recovered from a 2-week coma following his accident. In our last 3 sessions, James's attempts to recollect events of the accident seen him merging his memory with his imagination. These episodes have always ended in panic, and we've had to terminate the session abruptly. Let's try and do this one better, James. So when you're ready, let's bring this back. I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. James, it's time to remember.
Alright.
Your mind, it's like a conscious black box. It can show you your memories. Look into it.
It's this stupid flashy stuff again. Great.
In your most recent episode, you recalled a false memory of a remote weather station. You were isolated from the rest of the world, locked inside your coma. We interacted with you daily, encouraging you to wake. Your family would do number puzzles with you. Anything really to bring you back. People needed answers, James. Do you remember?
I have another signal here for you, James. It's at 5610 FM. You can't miss it.
Oh, this must be like a whole... It would be cool if it makes you go through each of the ones again, the chapters. That would be pretty fun. It's been... Since I had my break now, I'm excited to do this again, even though I was getting a bit over it last time. 5610, there we go. Oop.
Type in the numbers, James. You gotta see this. This is 20F 12 19 86 23 04. Type in the numbers, James. You gotta see this. This is 20F 12 19 86 23 04. Type in the numbers, James.
Alright, report. Let's see what's going on.
This is 20F
Oh, they got rid of everything else except for strip.
19 86 23 04.
That's strange.
Type in the numbers, James. You gotta see this. This is 20F 12 19 86
Oh, it's a traffic accident file. What?
4. Type in the numbers, James. You gotta see this. This is 20F.
I'm gonna go stop that first, because that's getting annoying. Okay, what's this? Alright, there's a fatal incident in which this Charles Hennings died, but I survived. Arrived on the scene to see two guys have been involved in a head-on collision. Found lying outside his vehicle with head injuries and ambulance immediately called. Driver of the blue sedan. Wonder if that Sudan thing is a. Sure, it's not an American thing, right? It's just a typo. You gotta get it. The driver of the blue sedan. So there was an ex-police officer. Okay, so that's Charles Hennings, is an ex-police officer. So it looks like Charles Hennings was the deceased was the yeah, so the deceased was the one at fault. There's actually a passenger in here as well that's been whited out. That'll be. Oh no. Wonder if that's what happened to Jennifer. Because she hasn't been mentioned again since. Alright, what's going on here? What can I find report? Well, this isn't even the right handbook, right? So... Oh, so maybe the circled stuff? Like 20F. Let's try that. I mean, it's all caps, which could be it. Yeah, wow, so it is. So empty whiskey and out of control. Yikes. I can see this getting
Find the
intense.
signal, James. Listen to the voices. You have to face it, James. Finally.
This was my fault. 1000 FM.
It's not like him. At all. I've worked with Officer Hennings for 6 years and not once have we even talked about alcohol. Drunk driving. He was a father, a husband. He was fine. No way he caused this. It's him. This Haitian guy. He's got something to hide.
My light flickers on. What's going on? You step out into the hospital ward, only it seems empty, your vision is blurry. All of your episodes are recorded to tape. This is the 4th. Okay, so you tense up, someone else is in here. So he might have actually... So the abandoned house, he might have killed that dude. Maybe that was Charles Hennings. Yeah, I don't know. Because he mentioned he was a... I think he said he was a father. A keys here. You grab the keys from the table. They weigh heavy in your hand. Alright, let's just look through these rooms, be a bit more thorough. You spent most of waking moments in here. The only video they have some horror compilation trash. I wouldn't say that. Depends on how you conclude, I think. You only caught a glimpse of the room, you guess that's why there's no detail in here. Okay. So I'm sort of going through my memory. Putting yours up, you feel a presence right behind you. How creepy would that have been? Oh, it definitely does have a level of suspense here. You feel dread in a pit in your stomach. What's in here?
Okay, we have a 22-year-old male just brought in from a vehicle collision. He was awake and mobile at the scene, but collapsed on arrival to the emergency ward. The other passengers died in the accident. I'm getting no pulse. Prepare for defib. Amp charge full to 10 and give me 100 joules. Come on, 100 joules. Charging up full to 10.
Where do I do the jewels? Here?
Come on.
It charged up to 10. I did. I did. I don't know what you want from me.
Can we get this on the screen, please? Clear. No reaction from first stage. Let's try higher. 200 joules. Keep the amp charged at 10.
This is actually pretty cool.
200 joules. Keep the charge at 10. Let's go. Clear. Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again. 360, charge full. Come on, 360, hurry. Clear. Well, would you look at that? It seems we have a pulse. Rhythm is stable. We need to run an X-ray right away.
This doc doesn't sound particularly trustworthy.
Where are we with that X-ray?
That was the X-ray, I'm
Let's get
pretty
it
sure.
going now, please.
The X-ray's ready.
Looks like an intracerebral hemorrhage. We need to drain this now to relieve pressure. Prepare for trepanation. Switch on a drill, please. The drill, please.
Drill's on. Yeah, don't know now. The drill's on. Is there anything else? Yeah, no, it's just a drill.
Can we get this on the screen, please?
Oh, is it? Oh, it was RGB. What?
Mr. Asian, you've made
Oh, I don't
excellent
wanna
progress.
see this.
You're doing great. We need you to stay calm.
I
and
don't
try
want to
relax
see this.
while we go through these next steps. We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
Oh. The sound of my headphones too. Ugh. Not only is tonight New Year's Eve, but tomorrow you leave on a 6-month trip abroad with friends. Mum, Dad, and your sister Jennifer have decided to throw a party to celebrate it all. The house is full. You're in the living room, and as usual, you don't recognize a soul. Look around. The room is full of chatty strangers, mostly friends of Mum and Dad. There is a door to the hall. Open door. I'm sorry. What? Go to door. What? Go to the hall. You push through the crowd into the hallway. The hallway is as welcoming as ever, only this time the folks have put on a great big banner up across the main wall. Half-finished drinks are abandoned on almost every horizontal surface. Stairs lead up, although the party is firmly downstairs. Drink drinks! You want to drink someone else's drink? Fine. Go upstairs. As much as you'd love to, you promise you'd stay downstairs with the party. Look around. Oh, it might be the utility room. Might be time to go to the utility room. The kitchen is full of people and loud. There are drinks and food on the table, and the party is in full swing. Dad has cooked a hog roast, which sits proudly on the table, although no one is eating it. That's the carcass. Okay. Read writing. Go to Jen. Get to Jennifer. You hug. You're going to miss each other. You thank her for the party. She asks if you're enjoying the party. Yes. You tell her it's great, even though you don't really know anyone. She tells you to enjoy it anyway and to loosen up. She asks you to get her a drink. Get drink. You pour Jen a drink, and one for yourself too. There's never an awkward silence with Jennifer. She always has a question. She asks if you have everything sorted for the big trip. Yes. You tell her yes, that you have packed everything with plenty of room to spare. Another hug. Aww. Your family have really gone out of the way to make this trip happen for you. It might be what you need to get some perspective and maybe not fuck up so much. She's going to miss you. You are going to miss her. She walks away. Jan has disappeared into the crowd. You're left standing, nodding and smiling at the approving faces. There is so much to do for this move. Don't mess it up. But first, a drink. You pour and down another drink. Anything to move the night along. Oh no. Wonder if I am the drunk driver. Open the door and peer in. Here we go. You're never allowed in here normally. This is where Dad keeps his fine wines and whiskies. Ceiling to floor racks. A collector. Although he does actually drink them too. There is a bottle with a ribbon around it and a card. Oh, this could be the empty bottle of whiskey. Look at card. Pick up the whiskey and the card. It's your dad's handwriting. Son, we're so proud of you and everything you've achieved. You've earned this. It's a bottle of 25-year-old double malt. You shouldn't really, but you have to try it. Drink whiskey. Alright. With your whiskey in hand, you take it in a room around you. There must be hundreds, no thousands of pounds worth of drink in here. You really must thank your dad for the whiskey. Go to Dad. Look around. Drink whiskey. You take a swig. It's probably the best, strongest you've ever tasted. Just wow. Go outside. Go to the kitchen. You stumble out of the utility room and back into the kitchen. That is one strong whiskey. You take another swig and give the thumbs up to Dad across the room. He nods and winks. Look around. Busy and noisy. We'll need to find somewhere quieter. I can go upstairs. Go upstairs. Go to the hall. A few bumps and laughs along the way through, and you make it to the hall. You just stop. Then in your tracks, it's Jen covered in blood. What happened? She's staring straight at you. No one else notices. Is she? Look at Jen. What? Blood is dripping down her face. It's mixing with tears. I'm sorry, I didn't understand. What? I'm sorry, I didn't understand what happened. Oh wow.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
We tried our best, Mrs. Asian, but her injuries were too severe.
No, I don't understand. I was just talking to her.
I'm afraid Jennifer passed away before we could get to her in surgery. We did the best we could. I am so sorry.
She must have been in the car.
Where is she? Let me see her.
Please, Mrs. Asian, take a seat.
I don't want to take a seat. Let me talk to her. Now.
I'll arrange for you to see her. In the meantime, James is in recovery.
Don't
His
love
state
this.
I don't want to see him.
So he was drink driving with her. You're standing home or something has stopped you in your tracks while searching your mind. Your sister. No. No, I can't. No, I can't drive you home. I don't like this, but I think it's the only way I can go forward, right? Oh no. Go to Jen. Look at Jen. I promised her the ride home too. You shouldn't do this still. You know what happens. The living room has a much more relaxed atmosphere compared to the kitchen. Various guests are sat in the chairs having civilized conversations. There's a coffee table in the middle of the room. Your mum is pouring a drink at the drinks cabinet. Round. Where are my keys? A coffee table, a drinks cabinet. One of the chairs overflowing with jackets includes. Remove jackets. Look for keys. You need to look for them. They must be either in the kitchen or the living room. So then this doesn't. I don't want to do this. Jen thanks you for helping her out. She has work in the morning and no one else is in any fit state to drive. You can handle it though. You know the road like the back of your hand, don't you? No. No. I don't like this. You open the front door and walk into the freezing night. The cold air hits you. You are glad you have your jacket with you. There is a dusting of snow around you as you step down from the porch. The yard extends around the back of the house. The car sits at the front of the house. You fumble with the car handle. Confused until Jen tells you maybe use the key in your hand. The car is freezing. As you fumble around with the seatbelt, your sister opens up the car glove box and hands you a note and a key that was inside. She tells you that it's for when you return. The car is freezing. Both you and Jen have your seatbelts on and ready to go. It's time to go. Turn on engine. Alright, sassy game. Use keys. Turn on engine. Can I get out of the car now? Leave. If you value your life, you had better get her home first. Jeez. Oh, it's so sad. The car's cool, release. I don't want to do this, but it's making me. Oops. It's release the brake. Yeah, I'm very hesitantly doing it, you're right. I don't want to do this. Especially when you know what's going to happen. I am driving very drunk on the road towards the town where your sister stays. Jen starts dozing off as soon as the journey got going. This shouldn't take long. You come to a junction. Is it left or right? You can't remember. Stop. You didn't stop the car, did you? You should have. Go right. You don't want to, but you better ask Jen for directions. Ask Jen. Turn the car left at the junction and accelerate off. Confident that you're on the right road now, you loosen up and put your foot down on the accelerator. You feel powerful as the engine roars at your command. Jen sits up in her chair and clutches your arm. She asks you to slow down, slow down. That's not what really happened though, is it? Slow.
You're all over the place, James. Pull over.
Jen is hitting your arm and yelling at you. Crazy sister, strange. There's a set of headlights coming directly at you, but really slow, like slow motion. Move. Stop. Get out of the way. You try to react, but your body isn't responding. There's nothing you can do to stop this. There's no way you can control it. The lights merge with your car. The outside joins the inside.
James, for fuck's sake, pull over!
The whole world around you begins to scream.
James!
It was at this very moment, wasn't it, James? The moment you lost it all. Your sister, your parents, yourself. And then you made it worse. Go on. Show us what you did.
Oh, did I move my... I must have moved the whiskey to the other guy's car. She's alive, but she's not hurt bad. She's trapped in the wreckage. Move wreckage then. You can't move the wreckage from around her. It would be dangerous. Save yourself. Oh gosh. You squeeze through the wreckage and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest. Your head is throbbing. Blue car is smashed. The passenger side of your car. Your life is ruined by this. Standing holding your whiskey and your dad's note flashing. It's gonna want me to plant the whiskey in the other guy's car, hide the note, hide note. That's what I start thinking. Just burn the note? Burn note. Look around again. Hide whiskey. Open the other car. Look at the other car. This game. They could definitely, like, do a blood alcohol test on you anyway. You then very deliberately spill the remainder of the bottle's contents onto the driver and you tossed incriminating evidence onto his passenger seat. A circle of flashing lights surround you, illuminating the crash site into darkness. Behind them, an army of people still staring. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. Red and blue flashing lights are causing the pain in your head to be all the more severe. Okay, I think that's what the flashes were in the other game. Ah, that's pretty cool. What should I do? Talk. Sit down. Cry. As you approach the man, the pulsating lights around you.
I know you're tearing yourself apart over it, but no matter what you keep telling yourself, you have to listen to me. That accident, that poor man, me. You have to remember. It was all your fault.
Well, that's confronting.
I know what you did. How you left me there to protect yourself. Planting evidence on some poor man. You went headfirst into that officer and you wrecked all of our lives. And then you couldn't even take responsibility. You did the right thing for you and no one else. Save yourself. Only it was wrong, wasn't it? Look at you now. Utterly consumed by it. Say it, James.
I'm not gonna move? Oh, I can move.
Say it. Tell them.
Don't know what you're talking about. Oh, this is
Listen to yourself.
go back to the room and confess, I guess.
It has to end, James. Do you not understand?
Here it is.
This episode you're having must come to an end.
Sometimes they make you watch
stop,
a
make it
sessions
stop.
to see what
You
really
remember?
happened.
Well, I think we've made progress today, Mr. Asian. I guess we should tell the police what you've told us. Although I don't suspect it'll take you anywhere. I think you'll be with us for quite some time. Come on,
Hello.
let's get you back to your shows. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, well. Okay, so it does tie together pretty well. I think it's just more, yeah, no, it's almost like if I didn't play it all in one sitting, it would have felt a bit too disjointed. Which is definitely how the episodes, even though they're split up in episodes, it just they don't really stand alone that strongly. I definitely did enjoy the game though, and I think I was figuring out the things at the same pace where it's trying to let me know. So I didn't really, figure anything out too early, and I didn't miss anything out too late. I'm trying to think if I did think of anything. Yeah, I don't think I... I mean, more or less, as the think pieces were coming back together. Like, it's a pretty nice... Like, the story is quite simple in that sense. Oh, it's a little bit confronting. It's like a sort of like, now you're looking at it, just sit there and makes you just think about what happened. Oh, well, I guess that's the end of Stories Untold. Well, sort of, I don't know. It was fun. I did quite enjoy the puzzles, especially in episode 2 and 3. Episode 1, though, would be my favourite setting, but not enough happened there to be as interesting. But as far as the story goes, I don't know, because you're living through it so passively, where it's about talking back about all the stuff that happened, all the crazy things. So the experience, even though it is quite confronting, it's not as, I guess, bad as it was as if you were actually playing those moments. So, because I was reading through a lot of that party scene, because imagine if you're actually playing the party scene and then you look and you see your sister covered in blood, and it's, ugh, that'd be frightening. But yeah, it was fun. Thank you for watching. If you did watch it through with me. Yeah, there was definitely that part in episode 3 where I got stumped a bit in the puzzles. But all in all, I think that went pretty smoothly. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it too. See you later.